Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, where we return to the Knights of Andalia and King Florian, the first of his name, son of Aengar the Third. The last episode was of course that overview stream, so we could see everything that was going on, so you could learn a bit more about the newer characters. Oh no, we've had an episode since that. Ignore me, we've had an episode since that. So yeah, where are we at? We are currently attacking the wildlings while helping the Night's Watch defend against the wildlings. So let's bring, I think that fleet is already sailing around to there, isn't it? Let's sail them up beyond the wall and we'll land it straight in the lands that we want to siege down. I do want to have a look at some of these younger characters quickly and see if we can get them some better guardians. So we have Lord Allard of Oldcastle. Let's assign him a guardian, so he's good in stewardship. We've got Bloom, who is his uncle, so we'll send that to him. I believe we've got a young lord in the Warrior's Watch as well, Lord Morgoth, who is also a steward. Let's send him to a... Has he actually got a stewardship education? Yes, he has. So why is he being done by a marshal? The AI is so bad at guardianships. Let's send him to a Bloom as well. Why not? Is there any other young lords that haven't finished their educations yet? We do have Lord Theomore of the Grey Cliffs, who's his guardian. It's, oh, Lady Bolton. Now that makes sense why the Boltons are being allowed to get away with so much. We probably won't be able to give him a new guardian then. He's got a diplomacy. Well, he's sort of all-rounded, isn't he? Let's have a look if we've actually got anyone that could do something for him. Not really. We'll leave there. And that does remind me that we do have not a new character, but the House in the Vale. I've finally given them a name. If I can find them in our vassals. Here we are. We've got Eldred Flax, a red rose on black. There is two colours of red in there, but you can't really tell. But it looks like a really nice sigil. Red and black always goes well. And this guy's an awesome commander, so I'm looking forward to using him a little bit more. Sir Ellard of Stone Keep. We may lose him as a vassal, unfortunately, if we do give away the area at some point. Is there any other children lords that I can think of that were important? We do have Lord Adam of the Crone's Crossing, but he's too young really to see what is going to happen with him yet, so I don't really think there is many others apart from the two that we've just sorted out the guardianships for. So let's unpause and forward things along a little. Let's see what else we could do. We can't have any feasts or anything just yet because we're at war, so we need to get this war out of the way really, don't we? Faction wise, I don't think there was anything overly massive. We've got the Crown Loyalists and that guardianship's been accepted. The Muds and the Blackwoods are being a bit awkward. We've got one for Benfrey, and we've got Lord Samuel Corbury for the Vale, but we should hopefully be able to start swaying him. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, our Spy Master and Master of Laws, the two Seymour brothers, are there already, so that's good. And my god, the save file is getting so big now that we can not forward again without it lagging a little bit. So I do apologise for that, guys, but we understand why. Your Grace, High King Florian. Harvest Way is under attack from the south and in need of aid. I don't think I'm going to get involved with that. Thank you very much. And we'll dock our army here in the Thirst Forest. We'll split it up and get everywhere straight under siege. I want to get this war over with as quickly as possible, so we will help the Night's Watch do that. We've got 9,000 men sieging this, so that's not good for the supply limit. So let's assault straight away. Your Grace, for some time now I have been in the employ of Lord Samwell, but now I seek a better station. I humbly request to join you in Sevensport, so that I may serve you. All I ask is for some small recompense. Well, you're a very good diplomat. You're a charismatic negotiator, a bastard, craven, cruel, trusting, gregarious, and ambitious. We would have to give you 50 gold. I'm afraid it's going to be a no. You're a decent diplomat, but we've already got decent diplomats anyway. You're highly ambitious as well, which I don't like the idea of. I don't want to surround ourselves with too many ambitious lords. Let's now let's slow this down just a little bit because it is juddering a little bit. Let's now split this host. Is that the enemy host? No, it's a different host. Let's split this army in half. Let's send 4,000 onto Hardmead. Hardhome, and the other 4,000 onto the Night Valleys. This is under the command of John Hornbreaker, and we'll put Sansa Firehand. And the other host has Eldred Flax, and we'll go with Danie's High Oak. And Brandon Stark, I don't want to risk his life, so we won't send him. We'll go with Mance Chainbreaker instead. hopefully we can give some land to some of these newer courtiers soon, which would be pretty cool. And is that the enemy army? 3,800. Ooh, okay, hang on. Hang about, hang about, hang about. Let's get this army over there as well. We may need them. The commander's there, so hopefully we can end it. Unella Snow, who is a red star and a blue star bastard. She needs... Oh, she's... Just go for humility. And I think we're going to just about beat that host, thankfully. Yeah, we was okay without the rest of the host. And we have captured Chief Jojen of Antler Vale, who's missing an eye. Okay. House Red Tree. Perfect. I don't know if it's going to really give us much advantage, but that's fine. We'll send these 3,000 back to Hardhome. And we've got an open council position. Septon Vortimore died of severe stress at the age of 37. A lot of people dying of young stress. That's the annoying thing about the stress mechanic in CK2 and something they've done so much better in CK3. So we've got Mark, the Septon of Snow, who is not overly impressive. The Septon of the Eyrie and the Septon of Seg Hill, who is the best one by far. He's an old man of the Eyrie. He's a lunatic. Oh god, gonorrhea. This guy isn't even a Septon, the one of Snow, but we'll go with him just because the Sept of Snow is the head of the faith, of course, in Andalia. Right, what should we do with you? We will let you rot for now. I don't know. Can we get any money for you? Because we do need money. No, we can't do anything about that. There's only Benfrey that we can ransom. We've still got Hilario rotting, of course, who we will continue to leave to rot. Should have banished his children, really. It's punishment to all of them. Right, can we now assault this? Yeah, it's only 200 defenders. We can easily get that under our control. And again, hopefully we'll get around to Hardhome soon. There's not much land to siege. Let's dock our ships in the Night Valleys, actually, so at least we can move our men a little bit quicker. Let's siege Hardhome down quickly. I wish the wildlings had stopped rising up. How many times have we crushed the wildlings in this series now? It's literally ridiculous. We're crushing them like every few years. I don't know where they're getting all the manpower from. I think they'd stay in their place for a few years at least, wouldn't you? Let's march these round to the Antler Vale, and yeah, we'll march that host onto the Antler Vale as well. Get that under siege. Hopefully that will about give us enough war score as well then. The wildlings have got ships as well, which is interesting. Hopefully that will about give us enough manpower. And the Starks are marching with us, so that's going to give us a huge amount of manpower to attack Antler Vale. After years of careful planning, Raleigh Pisswater from the court of Sir Wayne of Lady Raleigh's host has raised a large army of exiles and mercenaries, and hopefuls declaring her intention to go off and carve out a realm of her own. I'm pretty sure the Pisswaters have done that before. It might even be the same woman. We could probably do with a... If we've got a Guardian who's a formidable fighter who's going to help us out a little bit there. Not really. Lord Flax is pretty good, and he is a brilliant commander, which could help. John Hornbreaker is as well, but I need someone who's got the... Damon, of course, but Damon's only a trained fighter. I want to make ourselves a better fighter. We can't actually move our Master at Arms to train children either, which is annoying. Annoying as hell, because we don't have children technically, even though we are the children of the realm. It's very annoying. And we've got a hell of a lot of gold now, 730 gold, so we might have about near enough to pay off that loan. But I'm not going to pay it off straight away. I'm going to try and make bonus money on it first. There's something about that lad that I cannot stand, and I take the opportunity to show that whenever I can. I should feel bad for making him miserable, but my loathing for him is too great. Lord Will Morgoth. Why do we hate him so much? He is truly my rival. Or, oh the mother, what am I doing? Gain the trait Zealous, lose the trait Wrath. I do quite like the trait Wrath. Or, he is a coward, he will never defend himself, we can harass him. We'll just go with that for now. I don't want to gain a rival if we can help it. No matter what I expose Will for, he still tries to make me his friend. I have started to feel reluctant respect for Will, and even though I still get great ideas for pranks, such as freezing Will's clothes in a block of ice or empty a chamber pot over his head, it feels wrong doing it. I hope he will forgive me. Maybe we can become friends. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that. So, yeah, maybe me and Lord Morgoth can become friends. We've gone from enemies to friends. That make a nice change. I wonder if it worked. Nothing's come up. Yes, Lord Will of the Warriors Watch is now our friend, along with Lord Simmons of the Trident, Ronald Highstar, and Harith Rag. And then, of course, we've got our rival, Hilario. I can't believe that we've actually managed to turn that to our favour. Raven has arrived from the Citadel. We should rejoice as winter is coming to an end. Perfect. Hopefully we'll be able to hold a summer fair or something soon. Can we assault this? Wow, it's pretty well defended, so we are going to need more manpower. But at least our gold is increasing massively, because we are in much need of that gold. Let's get Anne Vale under siege quickly. Losing manpower at an alarming rate, though. Your Grace, my mission to Hearthstone has so far been a success. During my visit to the court of Lord Samuel Corbury of the Fingers, I seem to have managed to make him understand what a benevolent and peaceful ruler you really are. He sends his regards. Right. Let's merge these 5,000 men against a level 2 fort. Even though they've got 1,500 defenders, we should be able to win that, and we have. Push us up to 45%. I'm going to bring the ships in, though. We've done our part. Then again, do you know what? Let's march down and attack the host, which is going to Castle Black. Lord Jorah of Blackwood has inherited High Lordship of Blackwood and other titles from Lady Perra of Blackwood, who died clutching her heart at the age of 37. And this guy's actually really awesome, so I'm glad that he's become the Lord. He's a very impressive commander. Got some decent traits. A very skilled fighter. A knight. Diligent, honourable, erudite, craven, and proud. Yeah, decent Lord. I like him. I've read about the great men in history, and someday I want to be like them. I will be the greatest. King Florian gains the trait ambitious. Well, that is an awesome trait to have, which I believe does help Marshall. Marshall +2, intrigue +2, diplomacy +2, Stuart. Wow, it gives 2 for everything. Drown God and Dothraki opinion, as well as plus an Ironborn opinion. Well, I suppose that's not the worst thing, considering we have got the Ironborn under us. Maybe it will help them keep a little bit more loyal. If they like us a little bit more. Let's march on to Castle Black, where there is several wildling hosts. Do you know what? I'm just going to embark our fleet. Let's sail down here for now, and we'll see what's happening. Let's return home. All our gold that we've now got. I don't think we can hold a fair or anything until we're out of war, which is annoying. Is there any plots against us? We should probably check. Benfrey's been in prison for 10 years now. Hopefully there's no plots to kill us. It would be nice to have a king actually die of natural causes for once. No, there's nothing against us there. There's no new factions. The Blackwood faction has ended with the death of the old Blackwood lady. Riverrun independent, which is weird. What is the South actually up to right now? They are attacking Dawn in their claim on Dawn. Well, that is worrying. We really are going to have to usurp the North at some point, aren't we? And Dawn's now asking us for help. And they've got 7,000 men. Yeah, our armies together will do nothing, so I'm afraid I'm not going to get involved. Maybe if it does come to swords between us, though, maybe they'll choose our side. I don't know. Let's bring our men home to the Grey Cliffs. We've done a huge amount for the Night's Watch there in helping with that war, so we're going to save our manpower now. We've done the majority of the damage for them. Let's bring our men home. Disband them. Let our armies recover further. Hopefully we can get out of this war pretty soon. Let's disband the Valeman fleet. Was it from the sisters, maybe? A daughter was born to Sir Colmore Seaman and Miranda Morgoth, named Faliar Seymour. Who was Colmore again? Oh, Colmore has died, though. Attended to chamber business. The shit strike again in Andalia, which is a shame. He was only 18. At least he did have a child before his death, though, I suppose. And there's plenty of Seymours around, isn't there? So, still sad, though. Need to wait. I'd like to hold a tourney. Another Rose Heart would be good. And I'd like to hold a summer fair as well as some other bits and bobs like that, just to try and really get the realm on side. 66,000, so it's not really improved massively. We're just going to forward along, try and get this war ended. Hopefully the Night's Watch and the Starks end it pretty soon. I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions if the proper leverage is obtained. How do you wish to proceed? It's Lord Samuel of the Fingers, who doesn't seem like that bad of a person, to be honest. Let's obligate the vassal. And hopefully. Thank you for reminding me of my duties and obligations as your vassal. You are right, of course. For the foreseeable future, you have my promise not to support factions conspiring against you. Very good. Perfect. That was needed. Hopefully now we can move our Spymaster and such on somewhere else. Let's have a look. What factions have we got? Lord Samuel for the matter. The Belmores. Well, that one's going to probably be the most deadly, so let's send them to Lord Belmore next then. Let's improve diplomatic relations with House Belmore and obviously, scheme in the Belmore lands as well. And we've sent a gift before, so we can't do that. Ruler unmarried. You should get married. Well, let's have a look what eligible young women are out there for King Florian within our realm. So, gender, female. Married, no, of course. Any religion or culture is fine. And from our realm, we will have a look from about 16 down. A little bit old is fine. We don't want them too old. We want them to try and get as many children as possible. So let's have a look what we've got here then. We've got a Josso. We've got a Lancer. Jonquil Lancer. If we can get someone with some inheritable traits, that would be pretty cool. We have a Mud. Ariane Mud. Asher Greyjoy. Neither of them are overexciting. A Snowfall, another Greyjoy, but she has got an infection and she's wounded, so probably not the best idea. A Grafton, who is a skilled fighter. Wow, she's interesting. An Irontide, a Dory, a Drock. There's not really a huge amount. Lyanna, our cousin, who is a giant, which would be cool, but I think we've done enough interbreeding over the last few years. There's not really. There's a Rack here, Harrow Rack. There's not really a huge amount out there. A random Gardener, which is interesting. Another Greyjoy. There's Greyjoys over at Belmore, which could work. Is she a direct descendant? Because that could. Let's have a look. Is she the daughter of Lord Belmore? Because that will help get the Belmores on side. What was her name? Elena. Leona. No, it's not his direct daughter, but he does have direct daughters. One who's 18 and betrothed to Joffrey Belmore, and several others. So no, she's not. It's not his direct daughter. There are some younger ones. There's not really any great matches, it would seem, for us. Lots and lots of Ironborn, and that's about it. We've got a Roseheart here. Lucia Roseheart, 11. Slightly young still. Got a Perrin. We've got Serena Highoak, whose betrothed died. That's a possible one. Serena Highoak's a possibility. Yolanda Firehand is also a possibility. Have we ever had a Firehand Queen? I don't think we have. I don't think we have. Oh, we've also got Helena Dart, who is the daughter of our good friend. She is pretty decent as well. Got a Seymour, Elise Seymour, who is also very decent. Very decent, actually, for a 10-year-old. Got a Pisswater. That would be quite funny. A Templeton's probably not a good idea. Darkblade. We're going too young now, aren't we? Too much of an age gap. We'll have to wait too long. I'm very tempted by Yolanda Firehand. Did Winton have any other sisters? Eleanor Firehand, she's too old. And then there's Yolanda, but we will have to wait a few years to marry her. And there's Lucia Roseheart, but they're probably a little bit too interbred with the Rosehearts at the moment. I don't think we've married a Firehand before. I don't think we've had a Firehand Queen. Let's just go and look at the older ones again. So ones that we could like marry straight away, because we didn't actually go that far. We only go up to 16, maybe a 17, 18. We've seen the Josso. We've got another Roseheart here, Pia Roseheart, who's stubborn, honest, content, charitable, poor fighter, flamboyant, schemer. We've got a Miranda Morgoth. These are probably betrothed. No, she's not betrothed. So she's a possibility. Miranda Morgoth did have a husband. Ah, that's the one who just died. I think these are all too old now. I'm gonna go for Yolanda Firehand. I think that would be a good match. I think that's the better. It was between. We do have Serena Highoak as well, though, who's pretty decent. But I think Yolanda Firehand is the best option. Let's arrange a betrothal between her and High King Florian Firehand. Do you know what? Some of these other ones who are actually... Oh, there's Ariane Lancer there, though. I did not see her with the attractive trait. She's 10, though. She's quite young. How old are our brothers again? We've got Prince Theon, who's 9. Let's marry him to Ariane Lancer. Arrange a betrothal between Theon and Ariane Lancer. Send. And then we have Prince Lister, who's only 4, and Enger, who's only 2. They're too young. But we've arranged betrothals for us and our oldest brother. Still waiting for that war to end. I think that's not a bad match. We will have to wait a few years for the marriage to go through, of course, but it gives King Florian time to mature and concentrate on other things for now. How old's Daemon now? 63. I think if there's one character I wouldn't mind beating Lister's record, it would be Maester Daemon for the oldest character. And it's been accepted. Can we arrange a non-aggression pact? Not at the moment. You're probably going to have a decent opinion of us, though, at least. Lord Winton, who is a terrifying guy. With his 20 intrigue, wow. And hopefully we'll have a non-aggression pact with you as well in the future, which is good. Just put us in a safer position. Mina made her way up the stairs and into the council chamber. She had been followed by every member of the King's Council, bickering about current affairs. All of a sudden, the bickering stopped dead as they saw Florian, sitting in the high chair at the end of the weirwood table. Simmons Dirt stood behind him, head down as he spoke. 1,000 apologies, Your Grace. The King needed to know the Council's business. Mina brushed it aside, though. She felt as if she wanted to slap the King's hand that her son had chosen as his puppet during his regency. Simmons was no fool, but she believed he was an utterly queer choice for the rank of hand. This was a choice she had tried to stimmer, but Florian had put his foot down. Hand of the King, that's the title, not Hand of the Regent. She relented with that. He had the right to it. Florian's head snapped up to look at her then. Did you think you could hide this from me, Mother? Mina replied. I'm sorry, my love. We were going to ask your assent, of course. We were just discussing potential candidates. Florian's eyes bore into her, and for once Mina felt the need to cower as if she were the child and he were the parent. By all means, discuss. Pretend I'm not here, Florian said, his brow scrunched in frustration. Very well. There are 3 of them, are there not? Asked Enger Seymour, the yellow in his hair and beard slowly turning to grey. The hand spoke up. 4. My great-niece Helena is of age with the King, and not unpleasant to look upon. Arlen Seymour cut him off. I've heard of your niece, my Lord Hand. We are asking for a queen, not slow little girls. When we need lackwit heirs, we will send for her, for that is the only kind our King will have on her. Florian snorted with laughter, then looked at his close friend in hand and let out a cough. Sorry, my friend. My Lord Arlen, there was no need for that. Simmons stared at the Master of Whisperers, then the Master of Laws, Enger Seymour. I suppose you have both your own candidates lacking in lineage, but not in true-born offspring. I imagine them all bastards. We all know what happens in Saxe, don't we, my Lord of Willowwood? Enger answered, ignoring the hand's snide comments. As it happens, my good lord, yes. My granddaughter, Elise, she's been counting coins since she could walk. She's a pious girl with quite the mind, daughter to a princess, and daughter of Willowwood, the jewel of the south. He finished his sentence, staring at Simmons with a tone that indicated Enger knew he was superior. Enough, Mina said, acting every inch a queen. Slamming her palms on the table with such vigour, her hair fell down a beautiful curled mask. I will not abide by derision, not here, not now. Mina had truly grown into her new nameless role. She commanded respect, as if it were she who was born to wear the crown. She brushed her hair back as regally as she could and spoke. This rose-hot girl, Florian, you know her, do you not? What do you think? Florian replied as if he had been slapped. That girl? She has more chins than teats, and more teats than sense. No. Mina saw herself in Florian when he got angry, his flowing hair waving around a tangle of rage. Very well. Serena Highoak. You are more than familiar with her, are you not, Your Grace? A very affectionate young lady with some skill at arms. What say you, Your Grace? Florian didn't seem adverse to this proposition. Serena is pretty, yes, he exhaled heavily, but she is also as stubborn as a mule. I'm better off taking a donkey as a bride, let alone her. She is also the daughter of a bastard. Enger Seymour jumped in. A legitimised bastard, Your Grace, by your grandmother's own decree. House Seymour were descendants of bastards themselves. They were unique amongst the houses of Andalia in the fact they didn't look down upon them. Florian replied, This is not Dawn. Look at Benfrey. He's a bastard, and the gods cursed him to have that stutter. But Benfrey will never take my crown. To have the daughter of a bastard by my side would only give him credence. Lord Ermine Bloom bristled at that, being Benfrey's own uncle, and moved uncomfortably in his seat. He coughed and cleared his throat.
Then pray tell who, your grace. Who will you take as a bride? You can't say no to everyone. Florian did not take kindly to that. I can, and I will. Hold your tongue, Bloom. Speak when you are spoken to. Mina stared at him. Such was her growing authority that look was enough. Florian relented and said, Apologies, my lord. I know you have my best interests at heart. You have been most leal. Ermin pushed back his dry grey hair and spoke. No need, your grace. I apologise for my curtness. But the question stands. Who will the king take? Mina moved from the table and began to speak. We have the slow dirt girl, not a flame between her ears. There's the clever Seymour, whose lands are always aflame, but a first cousin I think not. There is the high oak girl, daughter of a bastard who was born in the heat of lust. And finally, there is a rose-heart girl, but she's never far from the cook fire. Gorging herself, as Florian said. Mina swung the doors open dramatically, and a tall girl with black hair wearing a red gown entered, who looked older than she was. Here stands no girl, and she is forged in flames. King Florian turned back into the boy he had been as he squeaked, blushing. She'll do.
In the future, let's forward things on. We want to get this war out of the way so we can start hosting some summer fairs and tourneys. I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged. Okay, the same again. Let's have a look at Lord Belmore, Lord Robert of Strongsong, who has a lot of children. He trained fighter, knight, fat, patient, charitable, kind, zealous, and stubborn. We'll obligate the vassal. We'll remind him, and hopefully that will work. Lord Edgar Seymour has been a leal and able servant, having successfully completed many tasks in aid of Andalia. It was seen as the right and honourable course to reward him with certain incomes and loyalties. My regent would reward himself, gives himself 100. He's our regent now. Since when was he our regent? Okay, I didn't realise that he was now our regent, so let's have a look. When did that happen? Are there any others that need filling here? I thought Maester Damon was our regent. Okay. My regent will reward himself and take a large sum of our money. And Lord Belmore, thank you for reminding me of my duties and obligations as your vassal. You were right, of course. For the foreseeable future, you have my promise not to support factions conspiring against you. Which is perfect. And the Ironwoods need help. We're not going to get involved with that, I'm afraid. We've got our own problems back home. And our military is improving massively. What is the next most dangerous faction? And we've just had a marriage pop up from the west, which is interesting. The Muds, that's it. We've just got the Muds to sort out now. I don't think we can move just yet because they've not long moved. Let's have a look at this. To the magnificent High King Florian, may you live in harmony and contentment, we propose that Prince Jaime of the South and Lyanna Sevenstar marry. Prince of the South, Prince Jaime. Is he the heir? He's heir to the Kingdom of the South. Lyanna Seven. I don't think that would be a very good idea. I don't think that would be a good idea. That would give his children a weak claim upon Andalia. But it could buy us some time. I'm going to decline. I don't think that's a good idea. It will give them a claim. And for now, I don't think they have a claim on Andalia. We do need to find some matches for those who are now of age, though. So let's have a look what we've got. We can do that while time passes as well. At least we are doing something then. So let's have a look. It was Liara Sevenstar, who isn't betrothed yet. Oh, she's only 5. It was Lyanna Sevenstar, wasn't it? We've got a Jocelyn Lannister. She's only 5. Lyanna Sevenstar, 14. Right, let's find a character for you in our realm. Male and unmarried. Here we go. We're around that same age. You're 14. Let's have a look what we've got. Slightly old is fine. We've got a blue 7-star. Should probably avoid that. We've got Glendon Firehand, courtier in the White Star. Well, we've done a match with the Firehands the other way, haven't we? So we probably don't want to do that. There's not really anyone else. We've got a random swan in our land for some reason. Do you know what? That Firehand's probably the best option, actually. Let's arrange a marriage between him and Lyanna Sevenstar. Send. Is there anyone else in our court that needs matches? Who is listed? Oh, our brother. Josar, yes, he's the Stark, of course. There isn't really any other ones, I don't think. I think that's most of the younger ones in our court. We've got Thalia Seymour, but she's only 0 years old, so that's it for now. That gets the Father's Field on side, who are pretty strong, and they do have claims on some of this northern land, which they may try going for in the future. Who knows? May live in harmony, contentment. I accept your suggestion. Perfect. Lord John of the White Star. I wonder why the random fire hand's there. That is interesting. In recognition of your glory and honour, a Septon offers to anoint you with the holy oils and grant you a knighthood. Finally, some recognition of my abilities. I shall be a famous knight, or fuck you, sirs. No, I'll become a knight, and that's going to give people a better opinion of us. There's something about that lad that I cannot stand. Oh, we've got some alliance forming in the Vale, but who is it? Lord Allard of Oldcastle. There's something about that lad that I cannot stand. I take the opportunity to show that whenever I can. I feel bad for making him miserable. My loathing for him is too great. I wonder if we can become friends with him. He is a coward. We'll go for the same approach. I waited until exactly the right moment when Allard was directly underneath me to pour the day-old contents of the chamber pot over him. The horrified look on Allard's face when the contents hit him had me on the floor laughing out loud. Allard swore at me, calling me all kinds of ugly words, and that he would never forget this, so I believe him. So I believe he is my rival now. Okay, well that's not good, is it? We're rivals with a member of House Bloom. That's not good at all. Liara Sevenstar needs a focus. Let's go for thrift. Why not? We'll go for a stewardship focus one. How is the war going on up north now? I wish they'd hurry up and just end it. The AI is so annoying at messing around and fixing wars, apart from when they're attacking you. A daughter was born to Biome and Alice, named Emberly, whoever you are. Okay, no idea. And at the age of 48, your bodyguard John Hornbreaker died of an infected wound. Well, that does suck. How is his son, Lord Belgrave of Scorched Vale, who is very impressive, strong, skilled fighter, and he's a homosexual, another homosexual. And his brother Garibold, who is married to a Botley, who is Belgrave married to a Seymour. Okay, and they've had a daughter already, Malera, who has got the strong trait. Awesome. That does need that we need a new bodyguard now. So let's have a look who we have got. Nana Harlaw is no longer a bodyguard. I'm guessing that would be at command of our mother. Is there anyone even decent? John, why is John Seymour? Yeah, you're already a bodyguard. You're already a bodyguard, John. There isn't really any decent options. We've got Sansa Firehand, I suppose, who is decent. And we need a captain of the household guard. We will get... so Nana Harlaw is still a bodyguard. Who do we go? We've got Mance, who is a formidable fighter. Yes, we'll go with Mance. Chainbreaker. He seems trustworthy. And we need a new commander. Let's have a look what we've got. We have Harriet Botley, who's very good. And we've got Jorah Blackwood. We'll use him. John Hornbreaker was a great guy. The lady almost ran me down as I entered the hall. Tearfully, she told me that my acquaintance Benfrey had insulted her again. Obviously, he called her fat. Praised his honesty to the court. Tell Benfrey that honesty has its bounds. Punish him for his insults. Chance that he gains the trait deceitful, loses the trait honest. Who's the woman? Just some randomer. We'll punish him for his insults, and representatives of him have offered to pay for his freedom, but of course he's going to stay in our custody. He's going nowhere anytime soon. Let's have a look at those factions now. We have the Royces, and that one is a lot more dangerous than the Blackwood one. So let's see, can we now move our... Can we move our councillors? Yeah, yes we can. Improve diplomatic relations with House Royce, and can we scheme in Runestone as well, please? Perfect. I wake up in the middle of the night, my heart racing, and my whole body is feeling strange. What was I dreaming about? Okay, who is this? A 30-year-old woman, apparently we've got a crush for, who has a club foot. I should try and get some sleep, or someone kissing me. Let's go for the interesting option. Her lips touching mine, my hands touching her gently. I wonder if Alyssa feels the same way about me. I will save myself for her. She gets me all excited. We won't gain... have we gained the lustful trait? That would be fun if we did. No, we didn't. And Alice Sevenstar died of cancer at the age of 32. We've got over 1,000 gold now. We could afford to pay off the loan, but I'll wait until the time comes that our loan is over. Get as much gold as we can tucked away. And Theon Quill died at the age of 35, which sucks. He was pretty interesting. He didn't even have any children or heirs, which is a shame. Under my guidance, my young ward Benfrey is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship. He's become a trained fighter. Sir Arlen Seymour has been a leal and able servant. Agreed. We'll arrange a reward. Wow, that's a lot of gold. And your grace, since I rode in Sevensport, there's never been a shortage of soldiers. Perfect. I don't need many things. I can share what I have. We become charitable. Okay, that's a decent trait to have. I'm happy with that. We're gaining some we've only got timid left now, which can become humble, shy, or craven. Oh, please don't be craven. Humble wouldn't be too bad. Humble would be decent. We've got some decent traits now. I don't want it ruining at the last minute. Wow, 80,000 men. Our manpower is improving massively. Things are getting better. I just wish they'd get that war over with in the north. My bannerman, Lord Winton Firehand, has tried to have Lord Edmund Silvereye of the Silverspear arrested, but failed to apprehend him. Lord Edmund saw the futility in rebellion, however, and has travelled to Barraton to seek justice in person. I don't think you're going to get much justice there, my friend. I don't think that was a good idea, to be honest. That's not a good idea at all. And High King Florian has come of age. 50, well, not of age, but he's got his adult portrait. And wow, that is some impressive hair, and I don't like that crown. So let's sort some of that out. So let's, which crown are we wearing? The Falcon crown, apparently. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's go, oh no, we've got the crown of Andalia on. Let's go with the crown of stars. Does that look any better? I really do not like that crown. Ambrose's crown? Why is it not changing? The crown of majesty. Ah, there we go. That looks better. That looks better. Right. I am going to get rid of that beard for now, though. By going to the barber, you can drink. Can we do that? Or do we have to wait till we're 16? Okay, so we're just going to have a massive beard for no reason. Okay, then. Why not? You asked Maester Damon to teach you how to fight better with sword. Stick 'em with the pointy end. You gain the trait Skilled Fighter. Awesome. Florian is coming along pretty nicely now. Very nicely indeed. We just need to get rid of that bit. We need this war over with so we can actually do something. We've like literally achieved nothing this episode, which is really, really annoying. I want to wait until he comes of age and this war ends. Someone's wanted to set Arlen Seymour and Danessa Anvil, named Raymond Seymour, who is a genius. Very nice. We will keep a very close eye on you. We will make you very important. We will send you to Maester Damon. Do you know what? He's already your educator straight away. That's good. That's perfect. He could be very interesting. He's nowhere near in line to inherit, so he could become impressive in some other way. And we've now got a different crown on. Do you know what? I quite like that crown, though. It looks pretty cool. So we'll keep that crown probably for now. Okay, we're at 73% in that war now. 74%. We've got one child lacking an education focus. Lister. Very good in learning, good in diplomacy, good in martial. Should we go for faith? Should we go for heritage? We can't go for heritage. Should we go for faith? Be something interesting, something different. Why not? Let's go for faith. He's 16 yet? No. How old's our bride? 13, so we can marry soon. While carrying out my duties, the Bank of the Crown, I have met keyholder Edwin on several occasions. These encounters have never ended well. One would be hard-pressed to find a more unsympathetic character. I suspect he is spreading lies behind my back to damage my reputation. Oh, King Edwin, okay. I will confront Edwin and reveal his dishonest ways to the world. We become bitter rival. Yes, we will do that. We're not taking a hit on the bank. Your Grace, I write to express my consternation at the fact that Sir Manch Chainbreaker enjoys command of your armies when someone of higher status would clearly be more appropriate, such as myself. I'm sorry, Winton Firehand, as much as your ancestors were amazing fighters, you are not. So Sir Mance will remain as one of my commanders. He's very impressive. You could very easily be a future spy master, though, by the looks of you. Are we 16 yet? No. I just want to sort out that beard. It's interesting that we've got black hair. Is that our first monarch with black hair? I believe it might be. I think Kyra was a brunette and had like fairly dark brown hair, but not full black hair. We've had several blondes, of course. We've had a couple of redheads. I'm pretty sure that that is the first black-headed monarch of Andalia, though, which is interesting. My acquaintance Benfrey is a charitable little rascal. He just gave his newest toy to the smith's son. He's turning out well. Praise him publicly. Might not be a good idea. take the smith for Benfrey's virtue. No, he's turning out well. We'll leave that as that. We're not going to hurt him for the sake of hurting him. A son was born to Manch Chainbreaker and Selene Waynwood named Dany's Chainbreaker. Awesome. That's another house that has survived. Hopefully we can give them a bit of land at some point if we can obtain some. There are several lands in the Riverlands and such and Vale which have been replaced with just random people, so we could probably do with changing that. And the Regency for High King Florian of Andalia has ended. Look at Lord Enger looking old now. He looks a badass though. Okay, and I finished my education in the ways of war. I feel that I have truly found my calling. We are a brilliant commander. Well, that is going to have ended very well. That's going to make us very impressive in martial. 19, brilliant commander. Flat terrain expert and an aggressive leader. Awesome. We can pick a character focus, which of course is going to be war. What else could it be? And we can actually, an ambition, we've got Tame a Dragon, Expand Realm by Conquest, Fall in Love, Become Exalted Amongst Men. Let's go for Expand Realm by Conquest, why not? And we can now get rid of that beard, because we're far too young to have that huge beard. Let's go for that. Let's go get a better hairstyle as well. No, I may actually keep the hairstyle. Looks pretty cool. No, there we go. King Florian, 16 years old. Just got to wait for our bride to age, which won't be too long away now. And we've got special minor titles that we need to sort out. We need a designated regent. Who do we have? We'll go with our mother. Sorry, Enger, you did a great job, but we would have had our mother from the start if it was available. Can we actually add advisors? Do we already have our advisors? I think we already had advisors. That's fine. Yeah, I think that's everything sorted there. There's not much else that we can do. Hopefully we can start getting some more loyalists and such. And Enger the Planter is a crown loyalist, which is awesome. It's just the Muds and Royces to sort out. How much is our manpower now that we're of age? 85,000. Our marshal is improved to 21 as well. Awesome. I would hope that we've got Mother's Mercy equipped, surely. Not equipped. Why are you not equipped? Equip Mother's Mercy, which will improve our combat ability. Should improve our combat ability anyway. I don't know why we didn't have that equipped already. 75 personal combat skill. So we're a decent fighter. 16-year-old. We can improve that as well. Hopefully we become a better fighter in the future. Yeah, we've still got those factions. Oh, did somebody else join the Crown Loyalists? Lord Redstone. Awesome. And we've now got Crown Loyalists as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of our 10 council members are loyalists as well. So things are going really well. Our manpower has just improved to almost 90,000. If we can get that marriage out of the way before the end of this episode, that would be great. And that freaking war to the north. At least then we can start the next episode by getting stuff done and getting on with some things. So let's just let this forward along. Your grades are retroexpressed by consternation at the fact that Lord Dany's High Oaks enjoys commanders of your armies when someone of high status such as myself should. No, which isn't going to be a good thing because we're already trying to sway you around, but never mind. And our army has improved. Lord Carl of Iron Oaks tells me that someone is preaching false gods. Genin Harlaw. We'll keep this information to ourselves for now. We want to keep people on side. We will be trying to expand our lands by conquest as well, which we will be doing. Florian needs to prove himself. We'll let the army improve first, though. Can we actually not usurp the north anymore? We actually can't, which is interesting. We did have that option before. That option must have died with Enger for some reason. One child lacking a focus. Syndra 7-star. Wow. Very impressive at Marshal. Go with a Marshal education for you. And can we assign a Guardian? Let's have a look what we've got. Benfrey Lancer. Who else? Perfect. 1,500 gold now. I'm not going to repay the loan until we have to repay the loan. So we can make as much money as possible. At least then it leaves us with a decent amount tucked away in the 7-star treasury, just in case we do have to go to war. Where's that starship going? If they just sailed around the entire continent of Westeros. Lord Benfrey Lancer has been a leal and able servant. Yes, we will arrange... Wow, that is a lot of gold, but we will do that. And King Florian and Yolanda may marry, so we will do that. Ruler and married. No, we've got that married. Will Lord Firehand give us a dowry? Lord Winton of the Father's Field has provided me with proof that someone has been viciously slandering us. Lady Alice, who has had a... Oh, she was that really cool Lady Stark's character. She's had a daughter, though, so we still can't freaking give them a house name. Hopefully she has a son soon. We'll keep this information to ourselves. Are we going to get a nice dowry? That would be pretty cool if we did. Blessing of you and your house. I accept the suggestion that you marry Yolanda Firehand has arrived at our court. We should now get a non-aggression pact. And do we want a dowry? Do you know what? No, let's gain some prestige. We don't want a dowry. We've got plenty of gold, Lord Firehand. We just want your respect and loyalty and the non-aggression pact that we should now have, which is perfect. I don't care about dragons. I really don't care. But I did say that once we were married and of age that we would end this episode. I'm still annoyed that that wildling revolt has not freaking ended. It's taking forever to end that wildling invasion. Sorry, not revolt. What's going on up there? Not a lot. Your Grace, I am pleased to report the majority of the population in Real Water Crossing has converted to the faith of the Seven. Well, that's going to be the Firehands doing, I would imagine. It did say that he was a zealous. Let's have a look. Yes, they have spread the faith. Wow, it's spread up into here as well, and we don't even own this land. So that is interesting. Ah, but it is a Seven worshipping Stark who is in, well, whatever he is, in charge. So that does make sense, I suppose. And Lady Mordain of Whitford has inherited Lordship of Whitford from Lord Lionel of Whitford. Now, that is interesting. So we now have a female Josso. The Jossos are extremely close to dying out, which is not good. Can we arrange a betrothal with you? With Lady Mordain? Where you can keep your name. There must be someone we've got who is not of high birth. That won't really matter. Danish Chainbreaker, but I want to land the Chainbreakers. Here, we've got a random bot left. Let's marry you to him so we can make sure that the Jossos don't die out. A key holder from the Bank of the Crown has arrived in Sevensport. She is seeking repayment of the loan I have with the bank. I have the coin right here, 700 gold. I will pay off half the debt, and the debt of 572 is reduced by half. The remainder will be due in 5 years. Yeah, let's just pay it off. We've got the money. There, that's the loan paid. Hopefully by the time the war's ended, we'll have enough gold to host a tourney and a feast before we expand. Peacefully with you, I've decided to accept the suggestion. Perfect. Things are looking good. Yeah, so we'll end this here, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, as always. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you've enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like and comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you all very soon for the next episode. A new age had begun for the Kingdom of Andalia, an age where the petty squabbles and ambitions of lords would be put aside to finally allow the kingdom to grow. Andalia had fallen from the grace it once had. Once they had been able to bend Kings Arryn, Mud and Greyjoy through strength of arms alone and hollow the north to a shell of its former self. Firstmen, Andals and Ironborn had made up the greatest kingdom in Westeros for a time. The last war of Andalian conquest was during the reign of Florian's grandmother, Queen Lyanna, when the Iron Isles had been subjugated. Darker times had fallen upon Andalia, where kings and queens were murdered and lords plotted for their own gain. Florian had seen this with his own eyes. His uncle was murdered, and now his father had been killed. But anger had broken any who thought of rebelling. Florian now showed an open hand by sending diplomats to former rebel houses, which further brought them back into the king's peace. He remembered Daemon saying that a king must be more than strong. His father Aengar was strong and respected throughout the realm, but he was not popular among the lords and ladies. Now that he was of age and ruling the realm, Florian wished to become both respected and liked among the people. Since coming to the throne, he had heard little talk of dissent, and many lords of the realm had publicly professed their loyalty to him. Now was not the time for internal struggle, but to look elsewhere. The king in the north had seen fit to insult and antagonise Florian. He clearly forgot the strength of Andalia and the weakness of his own realm. It was only through the mercy of past Sevenstars that the north even be allowed to continue its existence. Perhaps one day he would remind them himself. The king of the Westerlands, whose realm encompassed most of the south of Westeros, had hoped to marry one of the Sevenstar cousins. It was a blatant attempt to gain claims on Andalian land for further conquest, and was quickly refused. It was well known the King of the Rock had dreams of unifying Westeros, and Florian would not bend to him easily. The south could not understand the chivalry of Andalia, but perhaps in time they would be shown. Florian had dreams of his own that went outside of Andalia's borders, and he would take what he wished. Andalia had begun as the dream of Aengar I, and Florian meant to expand upon it. Recent reports numbered Andalia's manpower in times of war to 90,000 men, which was more than any in recent memory. This was a new age, one of glory and death to Andalia's enemies.